What's up, audit fans? Video interviews are becoming an industry standard screening tool here in Australia and the US. You fill out your job application online, and if they like what they read, you'll be invited to a video interview. What is a video interview? You'll get an email invitation to log into some sort of online interview platform within a certain time frame to answer questions. Now, usually you'll get the question and anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes thinking time before the system actually starts recording you through your computer, your webcam, or your smart device. I want to help you nail that video interview for your next job with my top tips. The first tip is about setting the scene. Remember, this is an interview for a job, not a live stream on social media to your friends. So you want to make sure you have a neat background, good lighting, and your device at the right height. The first step is the background. Now, for accounting students, I recommend building a background that looks more professional than your bedroom. A plain blank wall is okay, but you can take it up a notch with some books and a small pot plant. What you don't want is clutter. It can be subconsciously distracting to the viewer. Now, my tips for those living in shared accommodation is try not to use your bathroom. I know it has a plain, clean background and you sound great singing in the shower, but it is terrible for video recordings. You'll get a lot of echo. Instead, try book a space at your local library. For students, you could find an empty classroom. Your career service at your institution may even have spaces that you can use. Let's take a look at the space right behind me. This is my office. You can see I've got, probably take my jacket off my chair there. I've also got, quite a lot of clutter here. I've got a nice bookshelf and there's some good elements, but I'm gonna get rid of some things like that jacket. There are a whole lot of things for the Academic Integrity board game. More board game stuff. Got a whole lot of business cards, some paper. All right. So if I've moved those out of the way, you can see that now things look a lot more clean in the background. I do have some personal knickknacks still. I've got my abacus, I got my teaching awards back here and some trophies. It's totally up to you what you dress your background with, but probably not a good idea to have soft toys. You might have some sporting trophies, something that's of personal interest to you. If you're a bit stuck and you think, oh, my background's a bit plain, stack up a few textbooks and borrow a pot plant. That always looks good. The second thing you need to think about in setting your scene is the lighting. The person watching your recording is watching how you try and connect with the viewer and your responses, but they need to be able to see you first. Your light needs to be bright, but not too harsh. Natural window light always works best, but if you are recording at night or it's really bright, try a lamp on the desk behind your device. Definitely do not have a bright light right behind you. Your face is going to be in shadow. Now, I'm in my office here and I've actually got my blinds down because if I turn my blinds up, have a look at what it's like. My blinds are up and the sun is actually blinding me in my eye. I'm actually squinting. So in this instance, because the sun's coming right in here, my options are to either sort of move away, but you want to have light, but still shaded. So in this instance, I've put the blinds down because all you'll see otherwise is just this really huge brightness. I'm going to put the blinds back down again. The last tip in setting the scene is where you position your device and how you frame yourself within the picture. You want your webcam to be at eye level. If you are using a laptop, don't make the mistake of just putting it on the ground and then flipping it up at you and having everyone look up your nose. That's not very good. Instead, try a box or some books. Also think about the framing of your video. Now, what do I mean by this? Think about how close or how far away from the camera you need to be. Head and shoulders is the minimum of what they want to see, but if you want to talk with hand gestures, and I'm a big one with doing that, you'll need to pull back a little so that people can see them so it just doesn't look like this. but not too far, because if you're too far back, your facial expressions won't be clear. So to recap, prepare your background, make sure you're well lit, and you know where to be positioned in your frame of your video.